Man, is it hot in here, or is it just... Oh, hi. I didn't hear you come in. Welcome back to... You know, there are certain times when I really regret these stupid intros that I do. Although I can safely say this is not one of those times. That was great. Anyways, welcome back. Last time we didn't quite make it through this entire area, so I'm going to be hurrying through, and hopefully we will make it to the end this time. I mean, I know we will. It's not that much further. The goal here is... I will for sure be facing one boss, and if we're lucky, we get through fast enough, I'll actually be facing two this time. Should be nice. That was interesting. I just, like, sidestepped that dude and got his friend. Alright. So these upcoming bosses are going to be definitely trickier than Gyobu was. He's sort of like the get your feet wet, hey, this is what a boss is like in this game kind of boss. I think I'm going to go ahead and spend skill points. I really want this. That's the next thing I want, so we'll go with that. And this one is like essential, basically. Every time you do a death blow, you get a little bit of health back. And as you can imagine, with the amount of death blows that you do, ouch, fire, that ends up being incredibly useful. Alright, now for this part, the easiest way is actually just to run through because they're not fast enough to catch up to you. But we'll do it the stealthy way. By the way, there are two things that From Software really likes to put in their games. One of those is snow, and the other is fire. And as you can see, we've got plenty of both in this game. Alright. Get this dude. Whoops. This is fine, really. There should be a couple more guys in here. One right there. And where was the other one? Okay. So we do have a mini-boss coming up. Sort of notorious for being one of the more difficult ones. Again, I wouldn't really disagree with that. The only thing is, most of the difficulty on this guy comes from the fact that he's surrounded by a lot of lower rank enemies. And what this means is that if you want to do it the safe way, you gotta kinda... He really didn't want to face me, I guess. Don't necessarily blame him. But anyways, if you want to do this the safe way, you kind of have to take out all the lesser guys first. And that means that if you fail, you got to do it again every time, right? There is an ally over there that can help us with this. So I'm going to get his help. The thing is, he's pretty good at taking out the boss, but not very good at taking out the normal enemies. So I want to take out definitely these shield guys first. And that's our boss right there. Mini-boss, rather. What's funny, by the way, is that they will not see me through these walls. I guess they're just not very observant, but it's kind of amusing. Alright, I just want to get the shield guys. Once I get the shield guys, I should be fine. And funnily enough, the boss will generally not round this corner either. Sometimes he will, though. Like right now, he might. Nope, I guess he changed his mind. Okay. Alright, that's good enough. So now I'll run out, kill the normal dudes, and then we'll get the help from our little ally. It actually doesn't matter if your buddy lives or dies. There's literally no effect. But I want him to live. This guy. Wow, not bad. Alright. So our buddy is right over here. Hi there. And if you have the help of this guy, this fight tends to be incredibly easy, because all you have to do is stand on opposite sides of him and do your stab attack over and over. I think the main difficulty in fighting this guy, other than the allies that he has, comes down to the fact that he doesn't really flinch when you hit him. So in Souls, in Souls terms, we would say he has a lot of poise. But as you can see, I mean, we're making pretty quick work of him, the two of us here. Whoops. Pretty quick work, but not that quick a work, apparently. So yeah, that's about it. Alright, so far so good. He's dead, Gem. You know, I'm convinced I'm just really short. Look, even this dude. It's like he's 6 foot and I'm 5'11" or something. Alright, there is a hidden thing here that I never would have found had I not already known about it. Yeah. So there are actually a couple of these walls hidden throughout the game. Generally, if you see like this little tapestry hanging, it's a good idea to try that. Although, of course, right here, it doesn't. So that's not on its own a perfect indicator. But it's worth coming in here because... it's 3 of them, right? So I need 1 more. Well, I know where another one is, but I would have to leave this area to go get it, so we'll just go ahead and do the boss first. We got this old lady here who's not so happy, and we'll see something else over here that will harken back to something we saw earlier in the game. See this fella? He is actually our good buddy Inosuke from earlier on in the game. Discover why he lost his sight there. Something about shinobi illusion techniques that we have to go deal with now. And we're going to put on the snap seed to make that a little bit easier. And let's go down and face our second boss. Remember, this is 3 years ago, so that's why we've got a younger version of the Divine Heir. This boss is really, really cool from a visual standpoint. The way that she fights is really cool. It actually is kind of like out of a kung fu movie rather than a samurai movie. And you're not explicitly told this, but you figured out through the lore and the dialogue and everything. She was supposed to be one of the people that trained you initially. Right. So this fight will absolutely rock your world if you come here too early. Remember, you can come here as soon as you get the bell, but at that point you won't have any health upgrades or damage upgrades or anything, so she will be very, very scary. Ooh, that was close. She'll poise through that when she's doing that attack, so. And the way you fight Lady Butterfly is a little bit different from Gyobu. She's one of these enemies where her posture will drain really, really quickly. So what you actually have to do is get her health down first. And the only way you're actually going to hit her is by dodging and interrupting her attacks. So if you kind of step out of range like that and then do some attacks, you can do that. Whereas if you just sit here and trade with her, you'll never actually get her posture high enough to do a death blow. There is also another trick to making this fight a lot easier, and that is that anytime she jumps up in the air and gets on those strings, right as she's jumping, you hit her with the shuriken, she'll actually fall out of the air, like that. Which can be quite useful. That's a very Dark Souls 3-esque attack, isn't it? Whoops! Right. You're supposed to jump that one. It's a sweep. You can do a jump on her head there to do some additional posture damage, but I just keep messing it up. Well, this has gone pretty smoothly so far. Whoops. I always speak too soon, don't I? Not too bad, though, actually. It's pretty smooth. Oh, am I going to get to, oh, right, cutscene. Pay attention to that sword, because we're going to figure out in not too long who that belongs to. We're also going to learn a little bit more about that divine heritage that we heard about earlier. Remember the Divine Heir's blood? So it sort of has the ability to defy death. Oh, am I going to get to 5 skill points? Not quite. Almost.
お前さん、どうやら古い記憶が目覚めたようじゃな。ああ、巫女様を見た。そうかい。司祭は聞かぬし、語りもするな。見えたものは己のうちに留めておくもんじゃ。
Yeah, we shouldn't discuss what we saw, but by the way, what did you see? He's like, I literally just told you we shouldn't talk about it. I wonder if that's some sort of foreshadowing. Anyways, I should have one more prosthetic tool. And we'll go ahead and upgrade this one. Now, you can't actually do all the upgrades in a single playthrough. There are a couple of them that I want, so I'll just do as many as I can, basically. Do I have a gourd seed? I think I might. Yes. So, oh wait, hold on. I didn't realize it zooms. Wow. Bet she's out of focus. Sorry, friends, we don't have time. I gotta try and make it through to boss number 2. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the castle. Yep. So one of the things that I really like about this game, I think I already mentioned it, is how non-linear it is. Once you get here, you actually have multiple different paths that open up to you. That said, for this initial playthrough that I do of this game for the channel, we're going to go through in like the most, not logical path, but the most, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Basically the one that progresses the story in the most natural way. And as I do subsequent playthroughs, we'll mix it up a little bit more. Hate these guys, so... Okay, yep. That's right, get over here. Kind of getting my world rocked right now, not gonna lie. Okay, good to go. What's really cool though is that there's the single greatest character, not only in this game, but like in all of modern fiction that we're about to meet. So I'm gonna kill this guy first so that we can experience this character in all his glory. The good news is once you got just one of these guys, you can kind of take him out with an R1 spam. It's just when there are multiples, it's pretty crazy. Okay, so here we go. If you've already seen this, you know what it is, but basically the entire like Western canon, Eastern canon, all of modern literature, fiction, whatever, this is basically the greatest character. I just stood there and took it. I had to. It was worth it. So good. Now, maybe I was exaggerating when I said the single greatest character ever, but all I'm saying is, tell me there's a better character. Can't think of one, can you? Anyways, we're just going to run through the rest of this area. Don't really want to fight any more of these guys anyway, and we're running out of time, so... We still got one more boss to fight. That guy's pretty cool too, but not quite as good. Oh nice, I just hit 5 skill points. We'll turn that in next time. Don't quite have time. Alright, so we will get Breath of Life. Now, every single time that I perform a Shinobi Execution, or not a Shinobi Execution, just a Death Blow, I will get a little bit of health back. By the way, if you were wondering when that samurai dude was helping us fight, what it would be like to actually fight against him, well, you're about to get a taste of that, because we got plenty of those dudes in here, and they don't really mess around. And if you thought you really didn't want to fight more than one of the basic enemies, you really don't want to fight more than one of these guys. Having the counter for that is very helpful, as you can see. But that stab tends to come out really fast in the middle of some combos, so you really have to react quickly. Aha! 2 in 1 episode, huh? Oh, nice, and that's 4 out of 4. Be able to get a little bit more health before we go on into boss number 2. Number 3, but number 2 for this episode, I guess. Alright. Got that dude there. I can drop this dude. We'll open this door. Fortunately, we get some Dark Souls iframes, as you can see. Well, oh no, I don't want to fight 3 of them at the same time. I can definitely say that. If he's just going to stand there, then I'm just going to keep doing this, I guess. You see what I mean? That comes out really fast. I'll just let these guys go back and reset, because then I can backstab one. Oh yeah, there is an item down there, but I'll get it later. Again, don't want this to get overly long. And we still have one mini-boss standing in our way before we get to the boss. You also notice he just poised right through my attack on that one. So when they're doing that stab, you gotta watch out. Okay, there's a hidden path over here, but I don't want to take it right now. So we'll just go up. Up. Yes. So this next guy is actually incredibly easy. However, if you're not prepared, he will rock your world. Oh yeah, I can also trade in the memory to enhance my attack power. Nice. You'll see what I mean when we fight this guy. You have to get perfect deflects, otherwise you'll take chip damage. And he attacks so fast that it can be very dangerous. It's like EI Jutsu guy. But if you nail him, You literally kill him this fast. Whoops. Wasn't expecting that. Whoop. And that's about it. Actually, could have gone much smoother, but I'll take it. Alright. And our next boss is right up here. Now what's kind of funny is, I mean, the fight itself is harder with Genichiro. However, it's almost harder the first time you fight him because you don't have the heals, you don't have all the skills that are immensely helpful. But anyways, now that I'm saying that, I'm probably just going to die horribly. Yeah, because you didn't actually win. I beat you and then you cheated. All right. Ah, jerk. You know what they say, don't bring a sword to a bow fight. See, now we have that, so we can actually counter his stab attacks. Ouch. Although if I just keep eating his bow attacks in the face, that won't be too good. There's one. Man, look at all the posture damage that does when I deflect those. Oh shoot! I thought he was going to do the sweep that time. Oh! There we go. By the way, you didn't think that was going to be it, did you? All right. So there's a weird mechanic with lightning in this game. And that is that lightning strikes, you jump into the air, and it won't actually deal damage to you until... oh, whoops, that's a different attack than I thought. And what this means is that you can just eat the lightning like that, or you can actually reverse it back on its user. You'll see what I mean when he does that again, hopefully. So what you want to do is actually jump. Let's see if he does it again. I think I'll hang out here for a second until he does it. So you can do that, reverse the lightning on him with a well-timed R1, and then that's about it. So in a way, if you can time the lightning hits, this phase is actually easier than the previous two. Boom. I will admit, by the way, the first time I played this game, I was very, very frightened right here because I thought there was going to be a phase 3, but there's not.
そのためなら俺は人間をやめよう。死人帰りか。
Yeah, that split second where he turns back around, you're like, ah, crap, there's going to be a phase 3, but then he leaves. All right, everybody. That's where we're going to call it from this time. Next time, we're going to start off with a little bit of basically story, a little bit of lore, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do next. As I stated, the game is very open from this point on. I got multiple different paths I can take, so look forward to that. Other than that, I just want to thank you very much for watching. As always, so far so good in terms of the bosses. No deaths yet, but it's coming. It's coming. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.